Well, it's 2010 and a new decade has begun. 2010, we re-begin again. At this time, we must focus on our individual will for a collective enactment of what it is that we want for our future. The 60s turn 50. It's today on January 1st, 01/01/10. And the 60s generation had all these hopes, all these dreams of a youth standing up against war, against racism, for women's rights, for peace and love. It's time that we reach our maturity and we express this now as a society. Now the 60s generation are in positions of power, and we need to act as good mentors. It's time for intergenerational responsibility, to realize a vision of the collectivity. What is it that we want? What is it we can dream? What vision of a better world can we have? How can we achieve it? What is it that we must pay attention to? It is clear that we have an ecological crisis. It's clear that with the failures of Copenhagen and that the world leaders are not going to do anything to even take the smallest baby step towards our reaching a new type of balance with nature and a harmony with the living world, which is what the basis of our life, our societies, and yes, our economies are all within this living matrix, this biological entity, which is the earth in total, the living layer of life, the biosphere, which we're part of as living beings, a tissue of humanity. We have to come into sanity, which means stopping destroying the living foundation for our own lives, which means starting to respect nature. We are being ecologically irresponsible as a society. We have as a civilization since the dawn of time. So it's time for a new era. And this era is ecological responsibility. ERA, E-R-A, ecological responsibility, done with facility, individually and collectively. How can you respond? With your abilities as individual and as a mass movement to that which we've been ignoring, and that's ecology. How do you take care of all relations? How do we make our choices as individuals and the collective? This is the era I'm talking about. We got to get serious now that 2010 has begun. We re-begin again, 2010. The seeds sown in the 60s become mature as the 60s turn 50. So let's make it happen together.